Alright guys, welcome back to the Clack Shack again, and I'll be your host Clack. Just want to go ahead and give a little bit of a wave to my friend May May for the heads up and the shout out on her channel. She's got a lot of followers, and it's kind of a different niche than what I'm into, but our worlds seem to be colliding a lot lately, and we just got discussing some things, and we have more in common even though our hobbies are way different. So I just want to go ahead and try to settle some of the things, the questions you may be asking yourself right now. Is this guy do sawmilling, or does this guy do crafts, or does this guy do lasers, or what does he do? And the question is kind of all three, I guess you could say. It started out as my sawmill. I want to get a sawmill. I've liked woodworking since I was a kid. Never really had the resources and the time off to pursue much of a woodworking career. I've built a few things here and there like most people have. But recently I was able to get some tools together and get some things going. Then COVID hit, wood went sky high. Nobody was going anywhere, so I'm sitting at home and really wishing I had wood to build with. So I decided to get a sawmill. Got a sawmill, did some building. We're standing in a lot of it right now. I've totally remodeled my once pole barn and made it into my shop. Started acquiring tools, got sawmill going. Well, the things that I made, I like to kind of, leaving my mark, and Sharpies can only do so much. So when you build a table or a shelf for somebody and you take a Sharpie and, you put your mark on there or whatever, I decided I wanted a laser engraver to be able to get a little more creative and maybe even add some designs and cut some small pieces and that kind of thing. So I went from sawmill, making lumber, making small projects, to laser engraving, and then later came the need to sharpen my own saw blade, so I do that too now. But I was going to give you a quick little walk around and kind of walk you through the process of where my things that I make, where they come from and where they originate, and that way everybody has a little bit better understanding. This is going to be a little bumpy. I don't have a gimbal. I have a drone, but unfortunately it doesn't work for this. So I'm just going to carry you around with me and kind of go over some stuff here. All right, this is my shop. Like I said, this is the Clack Shack. My name kind of led me to the nickname Clack, and it stuck. And so for the past 18 or so years, that's who I am. And this is my shack. So that's where that came from. But anyway, here is some of my lumber. Now this is not great lumber here, but you got to understand that some of these trees that I get are either died and fell, wind knocked them over, bad things that happened to them, and I just don't like for it to waste. This particular board here, these boards have splits in them. I hate to burn that. There's some little small pieces in there that are good that I can use. What I can't use, I put here. It ends up as fire starter, or maybe I'll find something small that I want to make out of it. A lot of the other wood, all this wood that you see around, this is all a product of my mill. I've got some oak, I've got some magnolia, got a little bit of poplar right here with some color to it, some live edge stuff. Got a lot of big cedar slabs down there. This is the stuff that led me to the laser cutting. This is from the trashy looking cedar tree over there. These are the small pieces that I could manage to cut out of it, and it's good wood that can be used for stuff. And I'm working on a project for somebody. I can't tell you what it is or anything like that, but I can tell you I cut 2 of them out of this board, and so you kind of know what they're shaped like. But the laser, the D1, and people say that it won't cut, but 4 millimeters, 5 millimeters, whatever, it's not true. That is just right around 1/4 of an inch of cedar. Now there's some cheats that I have to do to get it to do that successfully without smoking everything up and making it look all black, but we can go over that later. But anyway, these are some of the little boxes and stuff like that I make, and I'm working on these for a project, and when I get them done I'll go over it in more detail. But this is the shop. This is like I said, this is where I hang out. I got my laser here. It is a X-Tool D1 10 watt. Does what I need to do. I do want the 20 watt upgrade, but I'm just not ready to pull the trigger on that just yet. I'm not big on being a beta tester, and if you don't know what a beta tester is, that's the people that try out the brand new things. And from my experience in the IT world, brand new things tend to have problems, so I'm gonna let everybody else beta test it, and then once the bugs are worked out, I'll get one. I'm using my HP computer. I have a background in computer forensics, in law enforcement and IT. And this is one of my old machines I used to use to do computer forensics. I cleaned it up, wiped it out, and it got a little too old to do the forensic stuff. It couldn't keep up anymore, but it's adequate enough to run the X1 and the X tool and do a really good job. But as you can see, I got plenty of tools and supplies. I do need a bigger space. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm sure one day I'll have one. But anyway, that kind of is it in a nutshell.